Yesterday, I talked about this idea of us having the same relationship with the Father that Jesus has with the Father. The problem is inside of us is that we have a well entrenched concept of Father inside of us, and that concept of Father continues to inform our relationship with God, and it's a universal kind of a thing. If you had a difficult relationship with your father, you're going to have a difficulty in relating to God as Father in the way that he actually is. It's not that you can't say that he's Father, it's just you continue to put your dad's clothes back on the Lord. So I would call this the father dilemma, if you will. And what ends up happening is that if you didn't receive any affirmation from your father, it tends to be just a very there's an illiteracy of the heart in terms of being able to receive that affirmation from your God, your Father, who is actually giving you affirmation all the time. He wants to affirm, he wants to tell you he's delighted in you, that he loves you, that you please him, he absolutely adores you. And yet those things can kind of boom, boom, just bounce off of our hearts in that. I remember talking to a young man who I was doing premarital with years and years ago, and I said, "Hey, what kind of affirmation did you receive from your father?" And he thought for a minute and he said, "I don't think I've ever received any affirmation from my father." It just broke my heart. I thought, oh my goodness. And with that kind of a dynamic, it's important that we begin to let the Lord transfer that concept of Father and re-educate us. And there's, to some degree, there's some a bit of that sort of Yoda, you must unlearn what you have learned, kind of an idea. There's some unlearning in that to be able to learn something different and to relate to God, because he wants to give you affirmation. He wants to pour into you his love. He wants you to move from that love and in that love. And so it's important for us actually to start the process of upgrading the Father lens.